MrBallen Squad. I'm back with another banger. I said I'm back with another roll banger. Before we get into the video, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you go to my channel and subscribe. Make sure to post notification bell because I'll post 2 or more videos every single day. You don't miss out on any video I post. That's why you have to have the post notification bell. Make sure you be subscribed to my channel. Make sure you get notified for every video I post. And as soon as I hit 10,000 subscribers, I am doing a big giveaway so you don't miss out on any video I post. But yeah, I'm getting into these reaction videos like this. I told you guys this will be a banger reaction video. So it is. Today's video actually going to be a reaction video. And the reaction video is, can I get a drum roll, please? The reaction video is, this girl is about to live a nightmare for MrBallen. If you haven't yet seen him or watched him, subscribe to his channel. My boyfriend actually watches him. So he was like, oh, you should react to one of his videos. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that really quick. Okay, guys, so let me click on the video. Okay. Commercial. What is all this? I hate commercials, it's so stupid. Skip.
Okay. This story has 2 significant plot twists, and one of them comes at the very end. So make sure you stick around to hear the entire story.
You guys can hear my son
before
out
we
there.
get into that story, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you come to the right place because that's all we do, and we upload once or twice every week.
Hear this
so if that's of interest to you, please offer to detail the like button's car, but as soon as they give you their keys, just fill their car up with an angry pack of Asian murder hornets. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. All right, let's get into today's story.
Ooh, spooky. I don't know if this is gonna be spooky or not. I haven't seen this video. I haven't even heard of it. I haven't seen it.
Right in the middle of the United States is a quiet little town called Millstadt, Illinois. Millstadt is home to about 4,000 people, and had it not been for Ashley Reeves, only those 4,000 people and their friends and family would even know that Millstadt existed. In 2006, Ashley Reeves was a 17-year-old high school student who lived with her parents and her younger sister Casey in Millstadt. Ashley was an excellent student who, even though she was over a year from her high school graduation, she was already thinking about what colleges she wanted to go to.
As you should be
extremely likable and outgoing, and she had this huge infectious smile, and so she had tons of friends, and she had a very serious boyfriend who her parents adored. His name was Jeremy, and he was a high school student as well. On the morning of Thursday, April 27th of that year, Ashley got up, and like every other morning, she got ready for school alongside her sister Casey, and then right before Ashley stepped out to head off to school, she told her parents that after school, she had a job interview on the other side of town, and then after her interview, her plan was to play basketball with some friends.
Oh, so she had a day all planned out.
Okay, well, hey, good luck with your job interview.
Her parents
just
don't
make sure
know.
You're home before 10:30 p.m.
All planned
so
out.
Ashley said, no problem, I'll see you tonight, and then she left. That afternoon, after school, Ashley made her way to Jeremy's locker, and when she got to him, Jeremy handed her his keys to his car. He had an SUV, and he was lending it to her for the day so she could go to the interview and then go play basketball. And so Ashley took the keys, she thanked him, she gave him a hug, and then she turned and she walked down the hallway where she met up with her sister Casey at her locker, and then the 2 girls left the school, they went out to the student parking lot, they found Jeremy's SUV, they hopped inside, and then Ashley began driving them back to their house. When they got there, Casey hopped out of the car, she said bye to Ashley, and then Ashley left their house and she began driving to Fairview Heights, which was a town about 15 miles away where her interview was going to be.
Oh, so
several hours later, around 10 p.m., Ashley's parents had not heard from their daughter, and it was getting close to her curfew, and so they asked Casey if she had spoken with Ashley, and, did she know how her interview went? Did she know when she was going to be home? But Casey would tell them,
I would be getting worried
no,
too if my daughter wasn't home.
She dropped me off from school.
Like,
and so
you got a curfew,
said, okay, no
you'd
big
be
deal.
home.
And they called Ashley, but Ashley didn't pick up. So they sent her a series of text messages.
See, I bet that's
but
not
after a
unlike
couple of
her.
minutes
Like,
of
she
not
probably
getting any
messaged back.
response, they decided to just call her boyfriend Jeremy to see if maybe he knew what was going on with Ashley. But when they spoke to Jeremy, he would say that, I haven't spoken with Ashley since I gave her the keys to my SUV.
Oh,
and I've
wow.
actually been trying to talk to her all day. I've been calling her and texting her, but I still haven't heard back. And so at this point, Ashley's parents were starting
And
to
she
get
has
worried.
his car,
And
so
so after hanging up with Jeremy, they began calling other friends of Ashley's to see if maybe they had spoken to her and knew what was going on. But all of her friends that they spoke to all had the same story. We haven't talked to her since the end of school, and she's not returning our calls or texts.
That's weird.
And so Ashley's mother, she just sensed that something was terribly wrong. And so without any hesitation,
as a mother,
she just called
you
the
do.
police. Now, the police in this town were used to getting calls every now and again from parents whose teenage child had run off and they were concerned about them. But virtually every time the police investigated, they would find the teenager.
But I don't think she
had just kind of
run
been blown
off
their
because she
friends and
told her
family, and
parents
they
what
would
she was
pop
doing
up maybe
after
a couple
school.
hours later, totally unharmed. But the Millstadt police would later remark when they heard Ashley's mother's voice over the phone, the fear in her voice was so pronounced, it immediately pushed the police department to take this case very seriously. And so that night, right after this phone call, the Millstadt Police Department went out in force to try to locate Jeremy's SUV, the car that Ashley had been driving around that day.
Right.
And the first place they went to look for this car was Latterman Park, which is this very popular public park that has a really popular basketball court that lots of teenagers would go to all the time. And
She did
Ashley
say
was
she's gonna
known
play
to
basketball.
frequent that park. And this park was located about halfway between Fairview Heights, where her interview was, and Millstadt, where she lived. And so they go to Latterman Park, and right away, sitting in the parking lot, they find Jeremy's SUV.
Wow.
But Ashley is not in the car. She's nowhere near the car. And when they searched the car, there was nothing of significance inside of it. There was just some of Ashley's clothes lying around.
That's
the
weird.
police would spend all night and well into the morning combing Latterman Park, looking for any sign of Ashley, but there wasn't one. And so as the sun came up and the police were nowhere closer to finding this girl, they began to suspect that, perhaps foul play was involved. And so the first person they hauled in for questioning was Ashley's boyfriend, Jeremy.
Oh, wow.
But as soon as he sat in the interrogation room, he demonstrated a real concern for Ashley. He had a rock-solid alibi, and he basically was an open book. And so they quickly ruled him out. as a
Okay, so
suspect.
he didn't
And
do
then
it
the
if he's
police
like an
basically
open
began
book.
calling in all of Ashley's friends and acquaintances and family members, basically anybody that knew her. They were
Right.
bringing them into the station to find out if they knew anything that could help them figure out where Ashley was. And more specifically, the police were really looking to see if any of these people were hiding something. And sure
Right.
enough, a few of the friends that were brought in were. According to a few of Ashley's closest friends, Ashley was in not one, but two romantic relationships. One was the public relationship she had with Jeremy, and the other was a secret relationship
weird.
that was actually illegal. In order to hide this
Ooh,
forbidden second relationship, Ashley would tell her family and her friends that she was going to the park to play basketball, when in reality, she was going to the park to meet up with this secret second partner. And the day before, when Ashley went missing,
crazy.
her friends told police that that was the exact reason she was going to Latterman Park. The police got the name of this secret
now I
person
get it.
from Ashley's friends. His name was Sam Shelton, and the police tracked him down. When they found him, he was at a baseball practice, but the police didn't care. They marched right on to the baseball diamond.
Of course,
and they
the police
grabbed
don't-
Sam and
not
they
gonna
brought him
care.
back
They're
to
just
the police
gonna
station.
wanna
And
know
when he got
if-
there, they sat
what
him down
happened.
in the interrogation room, and he's still wearing his baseball uniform, and they ask him about his relationship with Ashley. And he immediately denies it and says he does not have a relationship with Ashley. He's got no idea why he's here.
Wow.
But pretty
So he's
quickly,
gonna
after
deny
a few
it.
questions, Sam's answers became inconsistent, and so the police just ratcheted up the pressure on him. And then finally, after 12 hours of questioning, the interrogator brings up Sam's mother and his grandmother, and he says to Sam, how would they feel if they knew you were lying to the police right now? And this just broke Sam, and so he cracked. Now, at this point, the police were already expecting the worst when it came to Ashley, but they were not ready for just how brutal Sam's confession would be about what exactly he did to her. The following is an account based on his confession. 30 hours earlier, Ashley wrapped up her interview in Fairview Heights, and she
17
made
years
her
old.
way to Latterman Park to meet up with Sam. And now it's not clear exactly how they met up, but eventually the two of them did connect, and they made their way over to Sam's car where they became intimate. Afterwards, the two are sitting in the front two seats of Sam's car. Sam is in the driver's seat and Ashley is in the passenger seat. And while they're sitting there, something happens that causes this huge fight between the two of them. And at some point, Sam tells Ashley to get out of the car. But Ashley refuses. She wants to talk to him. She wants to deal with their issues, but Sam's not having it.
I would get out.
And so he gets so mad at her that he lunges across the center console of the car and he puts Ashley into a vicious chokehold. Now, he tells police his plan was to kind of yank her out of the car, but he squeezed so hard around her neck that he heard this loud popping sound coming from her neck. It was the sound of her neck breaking. And so as soon as he heard it, Sam let go.
You
and
have to literally
be hit the front dashboard of the
pushing
car.
really,
so Sam
really
is staring at her,
hard,
wondering what he should do. He's kind of looking around, making sure no one saw what he just did. And then he reached over and lifted her back up to see if she was still alive, and he saw she was. But instead of trying to get her help, he decides right then and there he's going to kill her. And so he reaches over and he begins choking her. But after several minutes of throttling her, she just
Why would you do that?
And so Sam pulled his belt off of his waist and he wrapped it around Ashley's neck. And then he began pulling. But he would tell police he couldn't stand looking at Ashley's face while he did this.
Oh my
he said
God,
she was staring right at him. Her tongue was coming out of her mouth. She was frothing, and her face was turning this ghastly shade of gray-blue. And so at some point, when she still hadn't died, he released the belt from around her neck, and he turned her body so she was facing the window.
I don't understand why people want to do this to people. Like, why?
On her neck, and then he put his foot on her back to use as leverage, and then he pulled as hard as he possibly could on her throat for quite a while until the belt actually broke around her neck. And then at that point, he checked to make sure she was dead, and when she was, he stuffed her down into the floorboards in front of the passenger seat.
I just want to cry. That's horrible. Why would you want to do that to someone?
Park called Citizens Park that was very heavily forested. And once he parked in the parking lot, he looked around to make sure no one was watching, and then he dragged Ashley's body out of the car and deep into the woods where he abandoned her. It would turn out Ashley was far from the only teenage girl who found Sam Shelton attractive. Many teenage girls in the area thought he was the perfect catch. He was smart.
Well, I wouldn't find him attractive at all. He's
beautiful, striking blue eyes that you couldn't help but just stare at. However, there was something unique about Sam that made him fundamentally different than all the other guys at their schools. Sam was not a student. He was a 27-year-old middle school teacher in Millstadt, and he also was the high school baseball coach. He had never been Ashley's teacher directly. However, years earlier, when she was in middle school, he had begun grooming her for exploitation.
No wonder why they were sneaking off. He's 24, 17. He's a teacher. Top that off.
Her into believing she was in this romantic relationship with him, when in reality he was just using his position of power to abuse her. In addition to being a school teacher, Sam was also an aspiring pro wrestler. He would often compete in local showcases under the nickname The Teacher. While Sam was probably nowhere near good enough to actually become a professional wrestler like you would see on TV, he was extremely strong and really knew how to do a chokehold. And so when he attacked Ashley and put her in that vicious chokehold, she had no chance at escaping. She was completely doomed. Shortly after his confession, Sam would tell the police that he would take them out into the forest of Citizens Park to try to find Ashley's body. But when they got there, it was late, it had been raining for several hours, and Sam right away acted like he couldn't figure out exactly where he had left her. And so the police were actually starting to think,
where you left
is he
her.
lying to us? Is this whole thing just kind of made up? Did he really attack her? Is she really out here? But after about 30 minutes of the police and Sam kind of trudging around the thick forest, one of the officers suddenly sees something on the ground. He raises his flashlight, and there in a clearing is Ashley's body. And so the police and Sam, they walk over to her, and they're standing above her ruined body.
Horrible.
Her neck is totally bent at a grotesque angle. She's covered in bugs. But as they're standing there and they're watching her, her chest suddenly starts to move. She wasn't dead.
My God, she's still alive.
Dead, and she had been out in the woods with a broken neck for 30 hours in the freezing cold and the rain. She only had a t-shirt and some pants on.
That's a miracle.
But she was alive. And so moments later, the paramedics, they come rushing into the forest. They pick her up really gently. They bring her out and they rush her to the hospital where she'd be put into a medically induced coma. The doctors would tell her family that unfortunately her injuries were just too serious and we don't expect her to ever wake up again. But miraculously, she would. Now, she would have to
Ooh.
relearn how to walk and talk and eat
Right.
and drink, but she would do all of those things. And today, she is 32 years old. She is happily married. She has 2 kids of
Oh
her
my
own.
gosh.
And by and large, she leads a very happy,
That's a
normal
miracle
life.
right there.
As for Sam Shelton,
That's a
he was
miracle.
sentenced to 20 years in prison for attempted murder.
Oh, he should get
and
life.
He's still in prison today. However, he is up for parole in 2024.
He shouldn't get out.
So that's going to do
He
it.
shouldn't get out.
If you got something out of today's
He should be in there
episode
for
and you
life.
haven't done this already, please offer to detail the like button's car.
For doing that
But
to
as
some
soon as they
little
give you
girl.
the keys, just
17
fill
years
their car
old.
up with an angry pack of Asian
Why would
murder
you want to do
hornets.
that?
Also, please subscribe to
I
our
don't get
channel
that.
and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any
I
of
feel
our
like they
weekly
should get the
1 or
death
2
penalty.
video
They want to
uploads.
hurt
We
someone
now
like
have
that,
a
they should get the death
podcast where
penalty.
every Monday we put out brand
That's
new,
horrible.
never before heard stories that are only available on the podcast.
people I
The
don't get.
podcast is called the MrBallen Podcast, and it's available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Google, basically anywhere you get your podcasts, you can find it. If you want to get in touch with me, please follow me on any major social media platform. My username on all of them is just
Mr.
at
Ballen.
MrBallen, and then send me a direct message. I really do read the
I'm gonna
bulk
start
of my
reacting to
messages.
these more.
We have
more,
2
'cause
additional
these stories
YouTube
are really
channels.
good.
One is called MrBallen Shorts, where we post random short videos and lost episodes, and the other channel is called MrBallen en Español, which is a Spanish language channel. We also have a Facebook
Ooh, he's a
page that
Spanish
puts out
language
near daily
channel.
content. It's just called MrBallen, and we also have a Snapchat channel, also just called MrBallen, that puts out content on Sundays. We have some really cool merchandise. If you want to check that out, go to shopmrballen.com, and if you have a story suggestion, please submit it to our subreddit just called MrBallen. It's linked in the description below. So whether I see you on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, YouTube, Facebook, other YouTube channels, the podcast,
Take a message in
wherever,
the story.
just know that I really appreciate your support. And until next time, that's going to do it. See ya.
Okay. So that's the end of that video. My reaction towards that video, was crazy. Let me tell you this. It was crazy. I just, that's a miracle that she would still be living after he freaking made her neck pop and then put a belt around her neck and everything. It's just crazy. Why would you want to do that to someone? I don't get that. I wouldn't want to hurt nobody. I wouldn't want to hurt nobody like that. And plus, you was 24 and she was 17. So that's kind of, messed up. But this is going to be the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you go to my channel and subscribe. Make sure to turn the post notification bell on because I'm posting 2 or more videos every single day. You don't miss out on any video I post. That's why you have to hit the post notification bell. Make sure you be subscribed to my channel. Make sure you're notified for every video I post. As soon as I hit 10,000 subscribers, I'm doing a big giveaway so you don't miss out on any video I post. Make sure you have the post notification bell. Make sure you get notified for every video I post. But Lacey's out. Peace.